Hey everyone, Tyler, Pump Track Locator. Going to do a video highlighting all the pump tracks in Washington State. So we've got this organized into chapters. We've got a map showing the drive time from Seatac Airport out to each track. Figure that's a good common starting point. Hopefully I can help you out with camping, maybe staying overnight, making a long day of it. You can certainly hit multiple pump tracks in one day, especially when you get to Eastern Washington. Go ahead and watch till the end. Got a highlight on the 3 new pump tracks coming out in Washington. These should be coming out and being built in the next few months. And then if you could, man, like, subscribe. It's going to help us out. We'd love to hit as many of these pump tracks as we can. And then at each chapter, we got a link to the long form video of each track. So pretty detailed video. Hopefully it'll help you out with your planning. Get on the bike, do some riding. Thanks a lot. Okay, pump track number 1, Seatac Airport to Port Angeles, Washington. About a 2.5 hour drive. Give yourself 3. Super fun pump track. Here we go. Hey, welcome back. Tyler, Pump Track Locator. Today we're in Port Angeles, Washington. Port Angeles is upper northwest of Washington State. Actually real close to the Canadian border. Matter of fact, you can take a ferry and hit Victoria, Vancouver Island relatively quick. Super nice pump track, Velo Solutions, real dialed. It's got 2 lines. It's got a little tiny kid pump track you can see in the background. You can also get some speed on that. It's got the larger pump track here. Multiple lines, multiple sections you can cross. Little wood wall. We're seeing that on most of the pump tracks we tour. This one has the bowl that you can jump in and out of, which is super nice. As far as location from like a major point, Seattle, you can take you can go up north, take a ferry over here, or you can do the full drive around, past Tacoma, past Gig Harbor, out through Hood Canal. About a 3.5 to 4 hour drive from Seattle if you wanted to do it. And there's also a BMX track up here, Port Angeles BMX. We're going to stop by there. You can see here you got a super nice big skate park, real deep bowls, real high-end skate park. Kids playground, got bathrooms, tons of parking. Super nice community up here, so highly recommend if you can make the trip up here. Maybe you're heading up towards Victoria for vacation, or you're just looking for pump tracks to ride. This would be a good one to go. We'll do our ride through. I'm not going to drone here. It's not really the right place to do a drone footage on it, but I'm going to get a bunch of shots, get a bunch of ride throughs, and then we'll hit the BMX track. And then on the way back, we're going to hit a little dirt one in Paulsbo and see what that is. So we'll film that one as well. So a little more footage for the channel. All right, thanks a lot. Watch the ride through. All right, Tyler, Pump Track Locator. Can do a ride through Port Angeles pump track. Gonna do a nice slow one. We'll hit the small kids section as well. It's a full loop of the big one. All right, guys, next one up is going to be Auburn, Washington. It's actually one of the first pump tracks we filmed for the channels. It's a super fun pump track. It's at the Cedar Lane Park in Auburn. All right, let's jump on this one. Hey, welcome back. This is Tyler with Pump Track Locator. I'm going to give you a tour of the Cedar Lane pump track. This is Cedar Lane Park in Auburn, Washington. It's a nice little pump track built by Shire. Shire's a company up here in the Northwest that builds pump tracks and trails and all sorts of cool stuff. So the Cedar Lane Park rules, typical rules you're going to see. City of Auburn, of course. Walk up here to the top. I've ridden this track a few times. It's a great little pump track. It's really suited, in my opinion, for like a BMX racer because the jumps aren't crazy, but you can get going pretty fast on it. It's got nice little doubles and sections. Got a little bit of sun coming in, so I'm going to walk around to the other side. But what's nice about this pump track, as you can see in the background, it's actually got some parking. You can get on the street parking. No bathrooms that I know of. Maybe a little, nope, that's not bathrooms, it's just a control box. It's got a playground, and then in the background you've got some trails back here, which is pretty cool. couple little wood drops, and not a lot of trails, just enough to do some quick mountain bike riding. So I'm gonna hop through here. The goal on these videos is gonna be to kind of show you me riding through them, or other riders for that matter, at a slow pace, just so you can see it, and then maybe some footage of ripping through it a little faster. But the overall goal is actually just to review these. I mean, location, you know, is there parking, is there bathrooms, you know, is the pump track paved, is it dirt, you know, so on. So just kind of a lay of the land on each pump track that we try to visit and see, and obviously get some exercise in at the same time. So you can see back in there, you got some trails, and it's got a little map of the trail, so I'll walk down and get a shot of that. And so I've got drone footage on this one. You'll be able to see that probably in the thumbnail when we create it. You can see there's actually a secondary line that I'm standing on here that lets you walk up. You see, it's pretty fun. We measured it out. It's about 470 foot in length. So a decent sized little track, but nothing crazy compared to some of them. And then there's good drainage. It didn't rain last night, because you can see the track is 100% dry, so it'll be fun to ride today. And then let me hop down here to kind of conclude the video. Let me hop down and look at the mountain bike trails for you guys. So it's also got walking path. And the only other thing I note on this is I've tried to ride down here a few times, and it gets really busy in the afternoon and evenings. A lot of little dudes. There's nothing wrong with that, but it gets pretty crazy. So you can see the Cedar Lane bike parks here. So helmet required, and then as you see, you've got a couple little drops and some items there, a couple really small sections, and I mean, these are tiny, and then some more wood ladder type work there, and I don't think I even see an advanced section there. So super basic, but pretty fun. It's got a couple little wood features. Looks like one flow trail all the way around, and so you can see in the background there's your wood features. So nice to show these on there. We might mark on our Locator trail, since it does have its own little individual map. And then last, I'm just going to kind of walk back up, give you one more view of the pump track, and then we'll do our ride through on it, and then hopefully do a little bit of additional riding and some footage. Get a better view down here. All right, well, that'll conclude this part of the video. Go ahead and watch the ride through so you can kind of see what sections there are. This will give you an idea here on the video of, you know, some of the jumps. There's a kind of a step up double, or maybe even a triple double. Zipping around, a couple rollers. I guess you could double through those. And then doubles out of the corners. And then it looks like maybe a couple transitions if you were really ripping on it. Okay, just left the Auburn pump track. We're going to head back up to the airport and Seatac BMX. Seatac Pump Track is only about 5 minutes from the airport. So let's go ahead and do a ride through on that one, and then we'll hit some stuff a little farther away. Hey, this is Tyler, Pump Track Locator. So this should be our intro video. I'm hoping this is our first video that we're going to launch on our YouTube channel. Probably do a little bit of TikTok and some Instagram as well. Just kind of have to do that nowadays. But the whole goal for this Pump Track Locator website is to help others find places to ride, mainly pump tracks. However, I would say there's probably 10% of the pump tracks are going to be next to a BMX track, or there'll be some BMX activity nearby, trails, riding spots, and so on. So this is Seatac BMX, and I'm going to warn you, there's planes going over probably every 20 seconds. So I'll go ahead and pause for a second. I'm going to walk over to the pump track. Okay, so this first video is going to be on the Velo Solutions Seatac BMX pump track. Okay, so we're at the North Seatac BMX / pump track, and I've already tried to film this a couple times, but the planes come over about every 20 seconds, so I'm keeping having to pause. But I'm going to give you an indicator of what we're trying to do on this channel. And so what we're going to do is tour these pump tracks. We're going to go over parking, go over locations, address, skill level by kind of riding through the pump track. I'm going to try to do some drone shots. Now this is restricted airspace, so we can't do any drone shots here, but we've already done some pre-filming on a track down in Auburn, a pump track, that we were able to do the drone so you can see an aerial view of it. And our goal here is to help people find these pump tracks, BMX tracks. Just from quick searches, we're finding probably about 10% of the pump tracks are next to trails or next to BMX tracks. So here comes a plane. I'm not even going to try to talk anymore. Now these planes are actually flying a lot higher. We've seen these things fly super low, especially some of the big gigantic planes will come in really low. And the old track, the old BMX track, is north about a half a mile to a mile, and I'm going to skirt down there today and show you guys that old track. You can actually still see some of the old outline of it and maybe try to find some aerial views of that. Jumping into this, so this Seatac pump track is ran by the city of Seatac. Got little pump track rules, whereas the Seatac BMX, I believe it has some cooperation with Seatac, but it's got its own track operator, people that are donating their time, helpers, all that, and it is just an awesome facility, as you can see in the background. And I'm going to walk in and do a second video on that. On this pump track video, here comes another plane. We're going to do a video of riding through so you can see the skill set. And I'm going to go ahead and let the plane go by, and I'm just going to walk down. Okay, so tons of parking. So you can see not too many people are playing tennis, but you got parking all the way up and down the road. You got a whole parking lot here. You can go all the way down that road. And then you can see how high these rollers are. They're they're probably jumpable for a pro, but these things are giant. And then we'll jump back up here and let's take a look at the wall ride. Wall ride's pretty fun. And there's a couple of sections where you can jump in from here and over. You could jump out of this and over. You could jump off the wall ride down onto that angle. So I've got some people showing up to ride. So the wall ride. And then back there you can see some of the trails. So I'll walk back there and do a short video of the trails. Another plane. And so I'm going to go ahead and continue through with the ride through of this so you can see it, and hopefully some action shots, and maybe these guys will let me film them ripping through it. And then I'm going to film this awesome BMX track. Okay, thanks for sticking with us. When you went over the Seatac one, obviously I went over a little bit about the Pump Track Locator channel as well, what our kind of goal and mission is. So if you didn't catch any of that, rewatch it. But what we're going to do now is head east of the mountains, so eastern Washington. We're actually going to head right up to Quincy, Washington, which is a little tiny town with a really cool pump track. All right, guys, welcome back. This is the Quincy, Washington pump track. And it is insane. I mean, look at this. So not only is it huge, plenty of parking, but it goes back around. I mean, double. So you basically have a whole pump track there. You have a whole nother pump track here, an outer line, tabletops for practice. It's giant. Unfortunately, I did not bring my little wheel lead measuring tape. I would love to know how long this is. I might be able to figure out a way, if I keep my pace good, to get it. It's a little windy out, but I am going to try the drone on it, and I'm going to ride this thing for obviously a long time because it's a bit of a journey. Films, so orientation wise, I'm up on the platform. You got way you can go here, straight ahead, and go to the right. You can also loop back around. This is how I came in. So what I'm gonna do is go straight ahead and see if I can do the whole thing in one shot. I think it does flow that much. Okay, I'm gonna go outside. Okay, we're gonna cross over onto the inside left. Okay, now we're gonna cross back over to the right. Awesome tabletops. Okay, now we're going around the square pad. A little bit of pedaling, you got a double. Okay, that would go back to that square pad, so I'm going to loop back around. And then to the right. We're back. That is going to be a huge workout at speed. That is crazy. Really long pump track. Okay guys, so that was the Quincy pump track. That's one of the longest, if not the longest pump track in Washington State. Next we're going to do is Suncadia. And then after Suncadia, we're going to go ahead and hit the Leavenworth pump track. We're going to go ahead and skip Kashmir, East Wenatchee, and Wenatchee. All three of those have small pump tracks. Hey, welcome back guys. This is Tyler, Pump Track Locator. We are in Bellingham, Washington, about an hour and a half outside of Seattle. And this is in Suncadia Resort, which is a resort community, homes, pools, kind of fine dining restaurants. And this is the pump track they, I assume, built for the community. It's about a 25-minute drive to actually the little town of Bellingham, so I can't imagine a lot of guys are coming from Bellingham to ride this. So more of a community type pump track. It's by Velo Solutions. Everything in this community is super dialed in, you know, perfectly manicured landscape. And so as you can see, pump track's the same. It's just super duper nice. Small wall ride, which Velo Solutions seems to do a lot. Fair amount of parking. So back behind that building there's some, you know, kids' toys, little bike paths. There's bike paths all through here. This community, you could ride road bikes and get, you know, 20, 30 miles around all their paths. I don't know if there's any mountain bike trails. I'm going to inquire. You can see right there in the background, you got a guy riding. And then again, we're here for the pump track. And so we're gonna do our typical ride through, try to get some drone footage of this one. Not really much else to say as far as my intro to this, other than this one looks super fun to ride. No crazy sharp corners, big sweepers. And just overall looks like a really fun pump track. So excited to ride it and show you guys what we got here. If you haven't, subscribe. We're trying to build this channel and tour as many of these as we can. So far we're I think we're at about 20 that we've toured and videoed, and maybe 6 or 7 on YouTube at the time of this filming. So thanks a lot guys. Okay, we're at the Bellingham / Suncadia pump track. Let's do a ride through this guy and see what it's all about. Okay, next track up is going to be the Leavenworth pump track. Nice little Bavarian village, super fun pump track. They've had a couple competitions here. About a 2.5 hour, maybe 3 hour drive from Seattle. About a 2 hour drive from Everett. There's 2 different mountain passes you can go over to get to it. But yeah, fun pump track. One more on the tour here. Let's keep going. Hey, welcome back, Tyler, Pump Track Locator. So we're in the town of Leavenworth, Washington. It's about a 3-hour drive from Seattle. It's on the east side of the mountains in Washington State, and we're visiting their pump track today as well as a few other ones. Leavenworth's a Bavarian village, so the whole town is themed kind of is in a Bavarian German theme. Tons of places to get good food, tons and tons of restaurants, places to stay, little shops, but we're here to see the pump track, so we're going to go ahead and film this and do our same normal routine. We're going to try to do a drone shot of it. We're going to film it right now and talk about it a little bit, talk about where we're at, obviously. And then as you can see, it's a pretty sweet pump track, Velo Solutions. This one, being it's in a pretty popular tourist town, has a ton of videos on it already. So I'm going to do our typical ride through, which I haven't seen a lot of those, but the pump track itself is a super nice pump track. Lots of different corners, lots of different looks like lots of different sections. Just looking at it, I haven't ridden it yet, so I'm gonna do that now. And it's a lot bigger than it looks when you first pull up on it. So got a couple different, got their cool Velo Solutions logo right there, and it looks like you got several different ways to go into this thing. It rained last night, so you got a little bit of water, but that's not on the path. And then a little bit about the area we're in. You've got some baseball, you got restrooms, you've got a skate park, you got a playground in the back. So pretty excited to ride this. So I'm gonna get the drone out, I'm gonna get my bike out, and we're gonna take a quick ride through of this, and then we're gonna try to hit couple more. So stay worth pump track, just kind of get a feel for it, see what it's all about. Multiple sections. Okay, next one up is Jennings Park. This is another Shire-built pump track, smaller but pretty fun. Okay, Jennings Park pump track, Marysville, Washington. Do a little close-up on the sign here. So if you didn't watch my intro, this is the Shire-built pump track. It's Marysville, Washington, about 15 minutes north of Everett, about an hour drive south of Bellingham. But as you can see, super nice, smaller pump track. Shire-built guys do a great job building things. Got a little triple section there, a couple corners. So it's a pretty small one. We'll drone it. Does have the option to hit some berms, to jump over the berms. It's got a couple jump lines. But yeah, real nice pump track. Definitely worth stopping by if you're heading up to Vancouver, heading up to Bellingham. Just swing in here. It's about 5 minutes off I5. Get yourself a couple laps in. Not much more to say on this one. We're going to do a ride through on it. We're going to drone it, and then we'll do maybe a little outtake of what we think. And this will be the second Shire-built track we filmed. We're going to try to get down to La Grande once the weather warms up and go from there. So thanks a lot. Like, subscribe, watch our ride throughs, watch the drone footage, and take a look at all our videos. Thanks a lot. Okay, so a fun little pump track up in Marysville. Let's actually drop back down to Seattle. Let's do the I5 Colonnade, which is a pump track underneath I5, just built this year, earlier in 2025. And then we're going to jump back up to Bellingham and highlight that whole area. All right, thanks a lot. Hey Tyler, Pump Track Locator, new I5 Colonnade pump track. As you can see, literally right below I5 north and southbound lanes. They still got some striping to do, a little bit of landscape, but super epic pump track. We've already done our ride through. A lot larger than what it shows on the city plans, so I'm wondering if they are going to do a stage 2. As you can see, it goes right through the pillars, jumps around, little kids one in the background. Pump track's built by a local BMX guru who's been around forever. You can kind of see some of the styling of the jump. It's more BMX style with some doubles instead of your typical tables. Nice little S curve through there. Nice little bowl. So yeah, really excited about this one. Okay, we just did Seattle. From there, it's actually just going to hop literally right on I-5, head about 2 hours straight north. We're going to go to Cordata Park, which has got a really nice Velo Solutions pump track. And then I'm going to conclude the video with a bunch of different tracks that aren't on the video series and some new tracks, so you got to keep watching. Hey, welcome back, guys. Tyler, Pump Track Locator, doing a Velo Solutions pump track up here in Bellingham, Washington. Bellingham is about an hour from Vancouver, pretty close to the border up in Canada. About a 2-hour drive from Seattle. If you're in the area, hit this one. It's a nice little pump track. We just went from there here to the Shire pump track down in Marysville, about an hour away. And then there's also the waterfront pump track and dirt jumps about 20 minutes from here if you're in the area. This one looks like it's got kind of an outer loop and then a little S curve through the middle. A little bowl we'll jump in and out of, pretty neat. Saw some skateboarders here riding when we pulled up. Got some drone footage of it, and we'll do a couple ride throughs. So short little video, nice little pump track, super clean park, pretty big park. We took a picture of the sign, so north entrance is where you want to hop into to park here. And yeah, just a short little video today. Thanks a lot. Okay, if you stuck through it, that is all of our current videos on Washington State. We ended with Bellingham because we still have to do the Bellingham Waterfront Park, which has a really nice dirt pump track. And there's 3 more dirt pump tracks up in the Bellingham area. Obviously, there's some pretty epic mountain bike trails. If you're still watching, new pump tracks. Supposed to be a new pump track in Stanwood coming out the end of this year. Carnation, end of this year. They just did one in Kennewick, Washington that just wrapped up. And then they're supposed to be building a giant one in Richland, Washington that is supposed to be done next year. So that's our current take on pump tracks. You can find all these at pumptracklocator.com. As you can see, I got the map popped up. We have pretty detailed listings for Washington. All the addresses are on there. So go to the website, and again, appreciate the support. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.